chances are really good you have heard someone say that intuition is a special gift that only certain people have. There are three main reasons why people believe this to be true, and I want to talk about those reasons today, and I want to invite you to move past that concept to be able to access more of your intuitive channel. And if this is your first time here, or you've seen a few of these videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit that notification button. I want to walk down this path with you and help you to open up your intuitive channel. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about something that has been this belief for a while now, that there are special people and non-special people when it comes to intuition. And I'm here to really break that mold, because little do a lot of us realize that by thinking this, we're actually blocking our intuition. Now, if you're here, it means that you're looking to open up your intuition. You're looking to hone it. You want to expand. You want to be able to get intuitive messages. You want to be able to see, to feel, to hear source, guides, loved ones, your own higher self. And I think that is powerful. It's absolutely beautiful thing. Everyone should have their own direct connection to their inner guidance. But a lot of us can get blocked with this concept that intuition is special and that it is a gift reserved for this person or that person. Now, there's three main reasons why this has come to be. And I'm going to cover each of those reasons, and I'm going to share with you maybe a little bit on each of those, how to push past that and how to open up to even more intuition. What I mean by this is that you may have not started at all when it comes to using your intuitive channel. You might be absolutely brand new, or you might be an intuitive. You could even be an intuitive reader watching this and saying, well, I have the gift. Yes, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to push past that concept to get even more intuitive access to your channel. Okay, let's do this. Let's jump in. 3 reasons. And these are not all the reasons. Okay, so there's little ones sprinkled in and out of here, but these are the 3 big ones that I've seen over the years with all of the people that I've met. The first reason why some people think that they might not be intuitive, but somebody else is because they have the gift, is fear. And this one rings really deeply true with me, because this was actually my belief years ago. I was, I didn't realize it, but I was scared to admit that I did have access to my intuitive channel. I was scared to say that that could be something that I experienced. I, like many of us, watched pop culture, watched ghost hunting shows, kind of heard about different things like this. I didn't really believe it, and I didn't want to believe it. I am a former skeptic. I was 32 when I opened up. I'm 50 years old today. So I was 32 when I opened up, and at that time, I just didn't want to believe it. And what I didn't realize was that it was out of fear. It was out of fear. So for some people who aren't even open to intuition, they have no interest in it, it's easier for them to hold on to the concept that only certain people have that happen to them. Only certain people can see a spirit. And that helps. It actually helps block intuition, because it puts you in that mind frame of, this isn't real, so I'm going to shut it out. I'm not going to pay attention to it. And that's where I was. Now, when you do open up to using your intuition, sometimes this fear can also stay with you even after you open up. So you start to get some messages, you're interested in intuition a little bit, but you still hold on to that concept that some people are gifted with this. And I'm just a regular person who, can't do this because I'm not gifted like that person. This is a great moment to sit down, go inward a little bit, and ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What happens if this does open up? What happens if everyone's intuition is indeed strong, meaning mine? What happens for me? Face that fear. Look at the fear. It might not go away right away. I'm right there with you. I get it. It took me a little bit too. I was not a magic switch that went from skeptic, not seeing anything, to professional intuitive. It didn't work like that. But for you, if you're having fear, sit down with it. Sit down with it. When it comes to opening up to our intuition, to guides, to loved ones, to source, sometimes the fear is, what am I going to see and am I going to be able to handle it? I can tell you that all these years, tens of thousands of people I've worked with at this point, I've never met anyone that couldn't handle what they experienced intuitively when they opened up to it. So take baby steps, but start however you can working through that fear. Find community, find therapy. That's what I did. Initially, I didn't have anybody that I really knew that was intuitive and open intuitively, so I got a really good therapist. Find someone that you can connect with and feel safe with and talk through this. Talk through that fear. Do other things that help you through fear, writing and burning, energy work, whatever it takes, but start moving through it today. Because you can see someone on the big screen or on television or, anything like this where they're really hitting home, all these accurate things are coming out and it's super impressive. And you think, well, they're gifted, I'm not, which keeps up that boundary. It keeps up that gate in front of you that says, okay, I'm not quite ready to take that gate down and have access like that person does. That's really all it is. Because that person technically has a gift, and so do you. You both have the same gift. It's called the sixth sense. Now, let's jump to reason number 2. Reason number 2 is that this is what you were told. This is what you were taught, right? And we grow up with programming. We all grow up with programming. I'm going to give a shout out to all the parents out there. You did the best you could do where you were at. Some of y'all were fantastic. Some of you were just great, great, great parents. The rest of you just was working the best you could, okay? But many of us were raised to believe it's not real. Or, well, the not real falls into the fear category, but more so believe that certain people are touched by the gift. Certain people do that. You don't do this. And if you do that, and even worse, you were told this, that some people can and some people can't, because not doing it is better than doing it. Not accessing your intuition is safer or better than accessing your intuition. And in this situation, I want you to take a moment and look back. Who told you this? And what was their motivation? Who told you that you're not intuitive? Only those strange people are. and in some cases, only those bad people are. Who told you this? Where was their source of information? And what do you think they're afraid of? This is something to go inward and go, okay, well, yeah, this is what I was told, right? Go back in time. There's every 20 years, you can go back and find somebody telling someone that one thing is better than another, that one group of people is better than another, that one, the way to live is better than another. It's just how we roll here on earth. And intuition is one of those small ones that happens to be in, the category of that person is doing it. Either that's wrong and that person's doing it, and that's why they have that gift and they're cursed or whatever you want to say. Or that person's doing it because they're special and you're not. What was the message behind what that person told you, or what that group told you, or what your community told you? What was the message that says, hey, you're not intuitive. You can't make choices for yourself. You can't get your own inner guidance. You shouldn't follow your instincts. You shouldn't follow your gut. You shouldn't listen to your intuition. Nope. You should listen to me. You should listen to me. So the second group, when people say, oh, only special people have the gift, like only that person over there has the gift, or that person over there, I don't have it. Were you told that because there was a punishment involved for having it? Or were you told that because there was some positioning happening to let you know you're not intuitive, you can't access your own inner guidance? In this category, I would say sit down, look back at where you learned this. Who told it to you? Now, granted, I will give a little bit of leeway here for pop culture. And it's not that pop culture in general symbolically woke up one morning and said, well, we want to, make certain people special and certain people not when it comes to intuition. No, what happened was we had shows that came out. We had people that came out to do demonstrations, professional mediums, professional psychics, professional intuitives that came out to do demonstrations and show what is possible. But it did get a little bit sensationalized in that it made it feel like, wow, that's a person who's special and has this, and the rest of us don't. No fault to the intuition, piece of this with the intuitive standing up there and doing it. Well, except for the one intuitive that falls into category 3. I'm about to get to that. Buckle up. But pop culture kind of really sensationalized it at the same time as bringing it into the mainstream and reminding us what's possible. So quick shout out and thank you to all those mediums and psychics that have done demonstration work and showed some of the world what can happen and what is possible. But it is time for all of us to remember that we all have 6 senses, not just 5. So with the second category, if you were told it and you didn't have any reason not to believe it, I'm just asking you to think about it today. I'm just asking you to think about it. Who told it to me? What was maybe their reason? Was it that I was watching shows? What was it? And then open up to the opportunity that, yep, they have a gift, and yep, so do you. Everyone does. It's your 6th sense. Okay, let's get to the one that's a little bit more challenging. Let's get to the one that's a little more challenging. The third reason why people believe that only specific people have the gift or are touched by the gift of intuition is what I call the special factor. And I'm going to say this with a whole lot of love, backed up with the invitation to move past this. There are individuals who have grabbed onto the concept that intuition is a special gift and that they have it, and that makes them in some way, shape, or form better than another. Instead of looking at their intuition opening up as something that they've paid attention to, they've worked at, and they've decluttered, which is the natural process of opening up to internal guidance and intuition and getting messages for yourself and for others. They saw it as something that made them stand out and above the rest. They saw it as that lifeline that they were grabbing onto to say, hey, look, I'm important. I'm important. And again, I'm going to love you through this if you fall in this category, because you are important. But here's the news that I want you to hear for this one. If there's someone who feels that intuition is a special gift that they have and that others don't, I want them to really take a good look at what else makes them special. Actually, what more so makes them special. This is one of those kind of wake up moments of like, hey, this is blocking you. If you're holding this as your identity, that this positions you above another, that's an intuitive block, and you're limiting yourself from what you can actually receive intuitively. When you let go of that positioning piece and you allow yourself to really see what intuition is in its purest form, a natural wiring that happens for every single one of us here on earth, and that everyone can get messages, you shift into being of assistance to people instead of being superior or being like special or being above. You can be very good at using your intuition. You can work at it every day, which makes you sharp and quick and very good at it. But that doesn't mean that it's a special thing that you have that somebody else doesn't. The person next to you isn't working on it every day, isn't sitting down with the intent of collecting lots and lots of information for another person like you are. And so they do have their intuition. They do have complete access to be able to get their own messages, but they're coming to you for guidance and for confirmation, really. And that's important. So you are important, but it's not a superior thing. You are important because this is your focus. This is your calling. This is what you're supposed to do, which is read for others and help them. And it's just you doing, a double check for them. But this is stuff that they could do themselves if they focused in on it individually. everyone has the sixth sense. So sharpening that, opening up that intuitive channel isn't really something that makes you better than others. It makes you really good at what you do and really good at what you focused on. And I challenge you, I know some of these words are tough the way they're coming across, but I'm challenging you with this because what I want you to do is for just like a week, right? Acknowledge everyone has this, but you take the extra time to really focus in on it. And I guarantee in a day or two, you're going to start getting more and more intuitive messages. They're going to be clear, they're going to be more concise, and they're going to be more detailed. Because when you pull away that block of positioning, so much more opens up, because pulling away the block of positioning that some people have a gift and some people don't, and that makes someone special, what happens when you pull that particular block away is that you actually connect with the other person on a higher spiritual level, on a soul level, because you don't have the fence up that says special. That's it. So most people for this category don't even realize that this is what's happening, because again, they're part of category 2. Somebody told them this, right? But this is just a loving nudge, a little pushy nudge, and a gentle opportunity to say, hey, go for about a week. Category 1, category 2, category 3. All of us spend a week just acknowledging that everyone has their intuition. Some people use it more, some people choose not to use it. Some people tap into it once a week, some people tap into it all the time, some people tap into it professionally to help others, but that we all have it. And watch what happens in that week. Watch more intuition come through, because you have removed the block of positioning and you are now able to completely connect on an intuitive level to another person or situation that you're tapping into. And that is the 3 main reasons why people think intuition is a gift. I'm going to applaud those that are working at opening it up. I'm really going to applaud those that are out there helping others with their intuitive channel. It is all beautiful. It's all wonderful, but we all have it. All right, you watched this and you said, okay, fine, I have it. Where do I start? I'm going to send you over to one of my most popular videos right now, as of recently. It's all about yes and no intuition. Click this, head on over there, and keep on working on that intuition of yours.